of silence.
Yo, you can feel it in your soul when he starts to get in the zone. Like he's looking around like, I got him. And he does. He's got me. I got covered in goosebumps. Yo, what is up, everyone? We're going to be listening to Disturbed's cover of The Sound of Silence on the Conan Show on TBS, also known as Team Coco. Shout out Conan. I've seen this, but it's been a long time since I've seen it, probably since 2016. But we're going to take a second view at it because, as I remember, it is amazing. Here we go.
Please welcome Disturbed!
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping. And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence.
Oh, man. What a beautiful baritone voice. If you're not familiar with what a baritone is, it is the voice that is, it's the voice that's not quite a bass and it's not quite a tenor. So you have 4 different vocal ranges. You have the sopranos, which women usually sing, the altos, which women usually sing, and then you have the male vocal range, which is the tenor and the bass. And he's hovering around that baritone range.
In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp, I turned my collar to the cold and damp. When my eyes were stared by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence.
Yo, you can feel it in your soul when he starts to get in the zone. Like he's looking around like, I got him. And he does. He's got me. I got covered in goosebumps. And I've heard this song. I've heard the album version of this song so many times. But there's something about hearing it play the room and the echo and just the vibrato in his diaphragm is so beautiful. I can't even replicate it. I can't replicate it, but man, it's silky smooth.
And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking. People hearing without listening. People writing songs.
So now he's in like that mid-tenor range, and that low baritone, which is like medium bass, and then the tenor, I mean, that's like, I don't want to say 2 octaves, but it's a lot. An octave is, if you look at a piano and you know where middle C is, it's the next C. So that would be an octave. It's 8 keys. So 2 octaves would be 16 keys of range, which is just, for a male rock singer, that's a huge range.
And voices never shared, and no one dared disturb the sound of silence. For say now you do not know, silence like a cancer grows. Here hear my words and I might teach you. Take my arms and I might reach you. But my words, like silent raindrops, fell and echoed in the wells of silence. And the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made. And
Yo, the fact that he can get those screams that clean are insane, especially in an environment like this. And the full orchestral ensemble behind him it's so powerful, and it's so underrated because, you know, it doesn't get the love it deserves.
sign lashed out its warning, and the words that it was forming. And the sign said the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls
Nailed it.
and tenement halls, whispered in the sun.
So clean.
Of silence.
Guys, that song is just as beautiful as I remember. I mean, to get that clean a scream in that environment. You know, a while back I was friends with, I don't know if this is the appropriate term, but I was friends with hippies. And this was around 2016 when this song came out. And, you know, I would say a lot of music in a lot of different styles, you know, rock, metal, folk. I love Simon and Garfunkel. Modern folk, Americana, you know, bluegrass. I love soul, hip hop, old school R&B, Motown. You know, it's all music, and I love it. And you know, I was hanging out with these people who I consider to be open-minded, and you know, fellow peers that love music too. And you know, we're having beers, and I'm like, "Yo, did you guys see that video of Disturbed doing the Sound of Silence?" And I kid you not, the table went silent, and everybody was like, "That was a terrible version of that song. It didn't do. It was angry, and it was the opposite of what Simon and Garfunkel would have ever wanted, and it was just plain awful. How dare they let a band do something like that?" And I really pulled back and was like, "Whoa. I thought that we were supposed to be peace, love, and happy. Like, what's going on here?" And because I really liked it. I thought it was great service, and it was really, really, I felt like it really honored and respected the source material, but at the same time, the artist, you know, put his own flair on things, which is exactly what people want to do with covers. And I find it ironic that after 2 or 3 years of this song circulating, Simon actually called up the lead singer of Disturbed, I think his name is Dave, and was like, "Yo, that is the best cover of my song I have ever heard. You know, I just want to let you know that you did it justice, and it's great, and I think it's great, and I love you guys." And I think that really speaks to culture as a whole, because, you know, everybody wants things to be open and free and accepting of all ideas until it comes to them. It's like, yeah, everything can be open except for my stuff, the stuff that I like. It's like, no. You can't do the Sound of Silence because the Sound of Silence it's for me, you know? And that's not an appropriate way to live. It's either music is for everyone or you're in a club, you know? And I was really bummed out when my friend said that, because it just kind of showed me that he was living more of a lifestyle than actually believing what I thought these people stood for. and he was just as close-minded as anybody else. What's the difference between him and, some guy throwing bricks through windows, in the name of freedom? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And I always remembered that. My takeaway from this is, as long as the artist isn't coming from a place of mockery, and as long as you still have reverence for the source material, I think artists should be able to. Now, keep in mind, you have to keep the source material in mind. You can't just throw it out, and as long as they respect the source material and the overall vibe of the song, because it is a heavy and introspective song, which Disturbed does convey. I mean, that's, if you don't leave after listening to that song like pondering your own existence, something is wrong with you, because that's a powerful song, man. Words of the prophet are written on the subway walls, people talking without speaking. It's a very prophetic and almost a prophetic warning for the future. And it just makes me sad that some people be so quick to throw damnation on this guy because it's outside of what they deem as normal or proper etiquette. I guess my final thoughts on that would be just to be careful who you share good news with. Be careful who the stuff you like is really personal, and the last thing you want is to get it attacked by someone you think is your friend. So just be careful with who you think you are in the moment, because it can be easily torn down, and you can become what someone else thinks you should be. And that is the greatest failure in life, is to be who someone else thinks you should be. Guys, if you like the reaction, as always, like, share, and subscribe. And if you like me, I love you. And if you don't, you can fuck off. Peace.